Have you ever woken up, looked down, and felt nothing? No energy, no pulse, just silence where your manhood used to speak for itself? Bro, that moment can crush a man's confidence faster than any wrinkle or gray hair. And the worst part? You start to think it's just part of getting old, like your body clock ran out of batteries. But deep down, it doesn't feel right. You still want to feel like a man. You still remember what it's like to wake up feeling powerful, full, and ready to take on the day. But now, you're lucky if that even happens once a week. Here's what most men don't know. Losing your morning erection isn't permanent. In fact, your body still has it in you. It just needs a little help waking up. There are 3 simple pressure points on your body that, when pressed correctly, can trigger blood flow, boost sensitivity, and reignite that morning magic. Naturally. No pills, no gadgets, no awkward appointments. Just your hands, your breath, and 3 powerful points that most doctors never teach. In this video, I'll walk you through where they are, how to use them, and the 5 bonus habits that supercharge your results in under a week. This channel is built for real men over 60 who want real solutions. No hype, no shame, just science-backed tips to reclaim strength, intimacy, and self-respect. If you're tired of being ignored by the mainstream, you're in the right place. So grab a chair, take a breath, and let's start with the first pressure point that could change everything. Starting tomorrow morning. 1. Your body isn't broken, it's just sleeping. Let's start slow, because rushing this would be like revving a cold engine. You don't need to force your body, you need to reintroduce yourself to it. After 60, the issue isn't that your manhood is gone, it's that the connection has faded. Years of stress, poor circulation, medications, and even shame can cause your nervous system to go quiet. But here's the truth. Your body isn't broken. It's just sleeping. Biologically, your ability to get a morning erection relies on strong parasympathetic activity, also known as the rest and relax system. But when we age, we're stuck in fight or flight. That constant tension, whether it's from health worries, loneliness, or daily pressure, puts your body in lockdown mode. Blood doesn't flow where it needs to. Signals don't get through. You might still feel desire, but it's like trying to light a fire with wet wood. Everything's there, it just won't cap. That's where these 3 pressure points come in. We call them activation zones. And each one sends a message to your body, hey, wake up. It's time to be a man again. The first point is located right at the perineum, the soft area between your scrotum and anus. Applying gentle, steady pressure here for 30 seconds while breathing deeply can trigger a parasympathetic response. It's not magic, it's ancient reflexology backed by modern science. You're stimulating the pudendal nerve, which directly affects erection strength and sensitivity. Now, let's talk about why this works. When you press this area, you're not just pushing skin. You're accessing one of the deepest communication highways between your spine and your sexual organs. And when you combine this with slow breathing, inhale through your nose, hold for 3 seconds, exhale slowly, you're resetting the body's wiring. I've seen 70-year-old men tear up after trying this for the first time because they felt something stir that they thought was gone forever. This isn't about performance, this is about presence. Reclaiming your manhood isn't just for the bedroom. It's about how you carry yourself, how you walk, how you wake up in the morning feeling alive. And if your brain has been telling you it's over, it's time to replace that thought with something more powerful. I'm just getting started. So now that you understand the why, it's time to move into the how, because the second pressure point is even more powerful and almost no one talks about it. 2, the lock that releases blood flow. Let's ease into the second point, not with force, but with focus. Because sometimes what feels stuck inside your body doesn't need pushing, it just needs permission to move again. Right beneath your manhood, between the scrotum and anus, lies one of the most underestimated power zones in your body. In Eastern medicine, this spot is known as CV1, short for Conception Vessel 1. But don't worry about the name. What matters is what it does. This tiny stretch of soft skin works like a hidden valve. When it's locked up from years of sitting, stress, or shallow breathing, It restricts blood flow, nerve signals, and sexual energy. It's like your body's faucet is half closed, and you've just accepted the slow drip. But here's the kicker. You can unlock it, and it doesn't take pills, surgery, or any weird tools. Just a rolled-up towel and your breath. Yep, that's it. Sit gently on a small, soft towel, enough to apply a bit of pressure to the area, and breathe deeply. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. Do this for 3 to 5 minutes a day. Why does this work? Because you're activating nerves that have been asleep for years. You're loosening the pelvic floor muscles, calming the nervous system, and giving your body a signal that it's safe to circulate blood again. You're not just sitting. You're sending instructions to your manhood. Wake up, I'm here, let's reconnect. I remember Thomas, a 71-year-old former boxer. Tough guy. Hadn't felt any sensation below the belt in nearly 10 years. Thought he was done for. But after trying this technique daily, within 5 days he called me almost in tears. "Doc," he said, "I felt warmth. I felt something move. It's like something's alive again." That moment, that warmth, it wasn't just physical, it was emotional, because when a man reconnects with his body, he reconnects with his power. This practice isn't flashy. You won't feel fireworks, but it's real. Gentle, daily pressure on CV1 is like slowly turning up the volume on a song you thought was over. The rhythm returns, the blood flows, the man wakes up. And here's the beautiful part. It only takes a few minutes a day. No one needs to know. It's private, it's yours, and it works. Now that you've unlocked the valve, it's time to direct the flow, to guide that rising energy straight to where it needs to be. That's exactly what the third pressure point does. And trust me, this one brings the spark. 3. The hidden flow along your inner thigh. Let's move now to the third and final point. Quiet. Often ignored, but incredibly powerful. It's not where most men think to focus. But sometimes, the path to strength doesn't start in the center. It starts along the edge. Right where your inner thigh meets your torso, just a few inches from your groin, runs one of the most important yet underappreciated highways of male vitality. In Eastern medicine, this area is part of the spleen meridian, believed to govern circulation, reproductive energy, and strength. In Western medicine, we know it's home to the femoral artery and femoral nerve, two giants when it comes to blood flow and sensation. When this area gets tight or ignored, blood struggles to rise and nerve signals fizzle out before they reach your manhood. That's why your engine might be fine, but the fuel never gets delivered. But here's what makes this spot different. It responds not to pressure, but to touch with awareness. Gentle tracing with your fingertips, breathing slowly as you move up the inner thigh, pausing on tight or sore areas. This tells your body it's safe to let go. When you breathe into that space, literally feel your breath expanding down to your pelvis. You open a channel that's been blocked for years. My patient Earl, 68, once told me, "Doc, I thought my legs were dead. Cold, tight, like cement." I showed him how to trace this area for 5 minutes every night, no pressure, just presence. Within 3 days, he felt warmth return to his inner thigh. By day 7, he woke up with something he hadn't seen in years, a full, strong morning erection. He didn't need pills. He didn't need anyone's help. He just needed to reconnect with his body. And it gets better. This practice doesn't just help your erections. Men report better sleep, fewer nighttime bathroom trips, even improved balance when walking. Why? Because when blood flows freely through your pelvis and legs, your whole system comes back online. You stand taller, you move with power, you feel alive. This final point completes the triangle. The perineum wakes the system. The valve under your seat unlocks the flow. And the inner thigh guides that energy straight to where it matters most. So if you've made it this far, you're not just learning, you're reclaiming. And you're not alone. Now, let's bring it all together with a simple daily routine that activates all 3 points so you can finally wake up strong every single morning. 4. Small habits, big results. Now that you've learned the 3 key pressure points, here's the secret that turns them from a technique into a transformation. Daily habits. Because real change doesn't come from what you do once, it comes from what you repeat with care. See, your body isn't a light switch, it's more like a garden. You can press all the right points, but without the right environment, nothing grows. That's why these small daily habits matter. They create the soil where your strength can return. Let's start simple. First, breathe through your nose for 5 minutes every day. Not through your mouth, just your nose. This activates nitric oxide, which relaxes your blood vessels and improves oxygen delivery. The result? Lower blood pressure, calmer nerves, and better blood flow exactly where you need it. You can do this while sitting quietly, or even while pressing one of your activation points. Second, drink a glass of warm water right after waking up. Why warm? Because it thins the blood and helps flush out the liver, making circulation smoother and reducing morning stiffness. It's one of the simplest tricks that ancient Chinese medicine and modern cardiology actually agree on. Third, cut back on sugar at night. I'm not saying no dessert ever, but what you eat after 7 p.m. affects your arteries while you sleep. Sugary snacks inflame the blood vessels and make it harder for your morning erection to return. Healing those arteries means less restriction, more flow. Fourth, take a light walk after dinner, just 10-15 minutes. Not a workout, just movement. This helps activate what doctors call the venous pump system in your legs. It pushes blood upward toward your pelvis and heart. No pump, no pressure. No pressure, no power. And finally, maybe the most important habit of all. Approach this process with patience and respect. This isn't punishment. This isn't about fixing what's broken. This is about waking up something that's always been there. Waiting. You're not chasing youth, you're reclaiming connection. I've worked with dozens of men who tried every pill, every cream, every internet trick, and nothing worked until they slowed down and started treating their bodies with kindness. Because here's the truth, your body remembers. And when you show up consistently, it responds. Now let's bring all of this home with one simple 5-minute daily routine that combines the 3 pressure points and these habits into one powerful ritual you can start tonight. 5. Real men, real results. You've just discovered the truth that most men never hear. Your body didn't quit on you. It's just been waiting for you to come back to it. Men like Harold, 74, thought it was all behind him. He told me, I felt invisible. Not just to women, but to myself. But after 3 weeks of pressing those 3 points, breathing deeply, and showing up with intention, he woke up to something he hadn't felt in 10 years. A full, natural morning erection. No pills, no pressure, just presence. Then there's Leonard, 69. He didn't want miracles. He just wanted to feel alive again. And when he began combining the activation points with simple habits like warm water and evening walks, he didn't just feel his body respond, he felt himself come back online. The spark returned to his step, his voice, and yes, his bed. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming your right to feel strong, confident, and connected, right here, right now, in the body you're in. So here's what I want you to remember. Even if it's been years, even if you've given up, even if the world says it's normal to lose this part of yourself, you have the power to get it back. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these pressure points or habits are you most excited to try tonight? Drop a comment below with "ready" if you're ready to take back your mornings. You might inspire another man who needs this message more than you know. If this video spoke to you, tap that like button so YouTube knows to show it to more men like us. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss another step toward healing, strength, and freedom. And remember, your body's not broken. It's just been waiting for you. Your breakthrough won't come from a miracle pill. It will come from a small moment of presence, repeated each day with intention. That's how real men like Harold and Leonard did it. They didn't just restore morning erections. They reconnected with a part of themselves they thought was gone forever. They felt strong again, confident again, alive again. Because here's the truth, your body still remembers. The circuits are still there. The blood still knows where to flow. All it needs is for you to press pause, listen, and gently guide it back online. Press the point just above your pubic bone with care. Sit quietly on CV1 for a few minutes each evening. Trace the inside of your thigh while breathing slowly, deeply. Pair that with warm water, slow walks, and less sugar at night. And you've got more than a method. You've got a second chance. This isn't about going back to who you were. It's about moving forward as the man you still are, just with more awareness, more grace, and more power. So what do you say? Are you ready to show up for yourself today? If this video gave you even one glimmer of hope, hit the like button and subscribe. We're building a space where men over 60 reclaim health, dignity, and strength together. Drop a ready in the comments if you're starting tonight, and inspire another brother to do the same. You're not broken. You're just waking up.